Okay, hello, good morning, everyone. So welcome to today's webinar on efficient alarm for safer plants and improved industrial responses. My name is Javniza and I will be your moderator today. It is an honor to have all of you here. So today's webinar will dive into the best practices for managing alarm systems, showcasing the latest advancements and strategies that can help your plant operate more safely and efficiently. So today, our first speaker is Siva Kanish, our Senior Application Manager at IM. And Siva will provide an overview of the evolution of alarm management and the critical factors that contribute to their effectiveness. Our second speaker, we are privileged to have Teo Kok Jin, the technical sales at ISDN software business, who brings a wealth of experience from the information technology and service industry, particularly in automating processes for the manufacturing sector. So Koji will wrap up our presentation by exploring on how to manage your alarms and will bring you for the live demo. All right, so to this agenda, first we will have an introduction on IM and ISDN. Next is to understand the need for industrial alarm management, followed by how to manage your alarms, and then we will go through the live demo. And then we will end our session today with the Q&A. All right, before we begin, a few housekeeping items. This session is being recorded and a link to this recording will be sent to all participants after the webinar. And if you have any question during the presentation, feel free to submit them into the Q&A box below. So we have a Q&A session at the end and I will address as many questions as possible. So before I hand it off to Siva to get started with our presentation today, I will show you guys a short video on the alarms management. So let's enjoy.
Meet John, an industrial plant operator. His day is filled with alarms, but not all of them require his attention.
Not again. Another false alarm.
Like many operators, John deals with numerous nuisance alarms every day, which can be exhausting and divert attention from real issues. Now, let's see how John's day changes with effective alarm management. With precise and actionable alarms, not only is John's stress reduced, but the plant's overall safety and efficiency are significantly enhanced. Experience the transformation yourself. You are able to discover how you can turn your plant's alarms from a daily nuisance into powerful tools for operational success in this webinar.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Okay, good morning to all the participants of the webinar today. Okay, before we start, I will give a short introduction of IM Group and also ISDN software. Next. Okay, IM Group has been in the market for 25 years today. So we are, in a bigger picture, we are part of the Progressive Impact Technology Group. So if you heard companies like ASMA, Foxborough, PTech, so we are all under the same group, right? And IM Group, as we are the Aviva distributor, and we are the certified support and training provider for Aviva products, right? So we are a Stratos distributor, we are a Global Vision reseller, and we are the Thermo Fisher reseller as well, right? So our team has a wide skill set from OT to IT, right? Okay, next. Okay, our business space. So what we do. So if you're actually familiar with the automation pyramid, so automation pyramid, which actually levels up from the control system all the way to the business network. So we bridge the gap, right? So that means we do from hardware fabrication until providing clean data to ERP systems, right? So from connecting to the hardwares, connecting to the controllers, and then getting the data, collect the data, and then massage the data, and then clean the data, and then send the data out to the ERP system. So that's in short. Okay, next I will share about ISDN. So first of all, we are proud to be partners with ISDN Software Business. They are a subsidiary of ISDN Holding Limited. So ISDN Software Business dedicated to powering smart operation for sustainable growth. They are specialized in delivering professional and dependable digital solution tailored for the needs of their customer across local and regional landscape. So ISDN has serviced more than 10,000 customers throughout Asia itself. Next. So these are the few key solutions that ISDN Software Business has to offer, but our primary focus today will be alarm management, which we will look into how we can enhance safety and operational response to effective alarm management system, right? And also, if any of the attendees are interested in other of their softwares like or solutions like MES, OEE, quality management, warehouse, and etc., please feel free to contact us. We are happy to actually share more in-depth session about the individual components, right? Next. Okay, let's dive in. So I will talk about how a classic alarm classic alarm management versus the current day alarm management. So next, in early days, alarms can be very simple. So simple meaning that you actually have a panel. They'll actually print an PNID on top of a panel, and then you have a small indicators. Indicators means that lights will light up if any abnormal condition detected at the area. It will actually indicate so that the operator, based on their experience and knowledge, they will attend to the alarm, right? So this is those days where you have no modern technology and stuff like that. But today, implementing an alarm will be a very minimal investment, almost free. Why is it almost free? Because any automation system comes with their own alarm module, right? For example, you have a system A, system B, or entire system C in your plant floor. Everyone will have their own individual alarm module, which tie to their real-time events, right? Operator nowadays viewing alarm in their tablet or their desktop or their operation center, lah. Right? Next. Okay. There are few challenges that we will face in the modern, of course, the current alarm management. So let me just go through one by one. So first of all, the common challenge you will feel is the alarm overload or overwhelming of alarm. So this means that you have too much of alarm can lead to alarm fatigue. So why I say alarm fatigue is because when at failure of, let's say, for example, you have a trip in a pipeline. So what will happen immediately in your alarm screen, you actually have 30 alarms will pop up immediately. You have 30 alarms. So the operator will tend to miss, maybe out of 30, one of it could be a critical alarm, which you need to pay more attention. But because the alarm coming in a huge bulk, so operator tend to miss the key or the important alarm. And of course, number two, floating of alarm. So like I said earlier, like too much of alarm, it's a cost it can be a cost to distract the operators, right? And third, it could be nuisance alarm. So what is nuisance alarm? Nuisance alarm, the alarm that appear in a very, it's a false alarm. So false alarm means that probably one of the instrument has been removed from your plant floor, but the alarm is still there. It's not being managed. It's not being removed properly, and then the alarm still keep triggering. So operator tend to like, don't even bother to click your alarm page because the alarm is keep happening again and again and again, right? So this also will lead to the operator to actually just ignore the alarms. And of course, the one more key is the poor alarm prioritization. So this is quite important because if you never prioritize your alarm in a proper order or in a correct manner, which is critical, non-critical, and etc., what will happen is all your alarm will be in a same pace. So you were not able, at a glance, you were not able to identify which is my critical and which is my non-critical alarms, right? So of course, it will pose a challenge for the operator to individually identify the alarm, because when a downtime happen in a plant floor, operator will not, the number one key for their task is they will try to run back the line or run back the process. So that will be the primary focus. So they will try to their best to up the line as fast as possible, because every downtime is $1.00. Okay, so what are the effect of all of this poor alarm management? Number one, you're putting your safety at risk. Why is it safety at risk? You have higher chance of incident or an accident in your plant floor. Number one, you are increasing your operation downtime. Number two, you're increasing your operation downtime. Why? Because every time you overlook a critical alarm, later it will lead to a plant trip, for example. So these also will indirectly lead to your financial losses, right? And next is equipment damage. Of course, you keep firing the equipment without knowing it has been a trip for whatever reason it is. You keep studying the process, you keep studying the pump, for example, it will wear off. You might need to spend more on the repair. And of course, all of this at the end all of this downtime will be put on a operator's head. Why? Because someone have to be accountable for the downtime. So end of the day, you have very stressful operator. They are working on a high stress and they can burn out. And this can or lead to a heavy turnover. Right, next. Okay, alarm management are essential in ensuring the safe and efficient and effective operation in all industrial process. That's why we actually create a standard. This standard has been created and is there in the market. So ProcessVue, our alarm management software, follows all of these three of these standards. So ProcessVue have three of these standard covers. So number one, ISA 18.2. It covers the entire alarm life cycle from alarm philosophy all the way to operation up to maintenance. It's also emphasized on alarm rationalization, design, and continuous improvement. Number two, PSEN 62682, which align with ISA 18.2, it focuses on performance metric, functional safety, and life cycle management. And the last, EEMUA 191, it provides a guideline for performance benchmark, human factors, and best management practice. So what are the benefits for us by implementing these standards to our alarm management? So what we actually have, number one, enhanced safety, right? So we know that we have a guideline to follow, that we are following the default guideline or general set guideline to enhance our plant safety. Number two, you overall will increase your operation efficiency. Of course, by reducing all these nuisance alarm, this indirectly reduce the operator overload. They will know exactly what is causing the alarm and what are the incidents they need to attend to. And number three, you're complying to the standards. So this is a big plus. You can proudly say that all my alarm management are comply to certain standards that you prefer, right? And of course, directly it will improve your reliability, and when standards has been implemented, you definitely have a continuous improvement. So your alarm will not be let just an island system, just not let to be obsolete, but instead you will continuously improve and promotes and review your system to be more optimized. Next, I'll pass to Jean to proceed. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to share my screen. One moment. Okay, I'm sharing my screen right now. Would like to check if you managed to see my screen. Yeah, Okay. Let me see the chat. Okay, yeah, I'm sharing my screen right now. Just to confirm, everyone can see my screen. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the thanks on the chat. Okay, so today I'll be covering on how to manage your alarms. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Jin, and as what was introduced earlier, I'm the ISDN Software's technical sales engineer to actually tell you more about how to actually manage your alarms and also on the product that we actually have today to actually help you understand what alarm managements can help you in your plant. All right. So I think I'll start off with a question. Would be how many alarms do you actually have in your alarm system? And more importantly, how many of them are useful? Yeah. So have that in your mind to actually understand your plant yourself, to see, there is a lot of alarms, but are they all useful in a way? Okay, so let's dive into how to actually manage your alarms. So these are some of the key points that is mentioned here. First, centralized alarm management. What does that mean? Okay, I understand surely you have multiple systems that you actually have in your plant. Say system A for the fire alarms. So you have all the fire alarms. We have your process alarms of your machines and equipments. Different types of alarms. All these disparate alarm systems. All your alarms, everything, everywhere, all at once. Yes, making it difficult to keep track, and eventually the operators will just shrug off these alarms, acknowledging them without really focusing on, say, for example, these alarms that they know, oh, it happens all the time. Then they see, oh, is this alarm again? Then they just shrug it off. What if something important comes in, and for them, they are so they're already so used to just, oh, okay, this is okay to just ignore, then they just ignore. So when they acknowledge these practices will tend to be they'll be compliant, sorry, they'll be complacent towards all these processes. So having a centralized alarm system here will actually help you to have an overall view, understanding a holistic view to actually understand all your different disparate alarms into one single view. Next, another ways to actually manage your alarms will be to actually develop and implement an alarm philosophy. What is an alarm philosophy? Alarm philosophy is a document that defines the governance of your alarms, basically telling you that what okay, sorry. What alarm philosophy actually contains is such information, criterias, definitions, all these ways to actually what are the responsible methods to actually handle such alarms. Yeah, to actually understand each of the alarms, what can you do when we are facing these alarms, what are the steps you need to do. Yeah, all this information to actually act on your alarms. Okay, so maybe some of you guys already have this alarm philosophy in your plan, but then the next question would be, if you do have it, is it current? And does it comply with the standards that was mentioned by Siva earlier? These industrial standards, yeah. So all these things that we need to keep up to date to actually understand how to actually manage your alarms effectively. Next, tools, right? Surely in our day-to-day life, we will utilize certain tools to actually help us to manage certain scenarios and issues. Like for example, right now we're having a Zoom call. Zoom call is a tool for us to actually connect between different users. So utilize advanced alarm management tools to actually help you to actually achieve such to actually like understand your system, to actually having such tool to manage your alarms, to make it useful, increase the relevance of your alarms. Okay, and then also to actually reduce this said alarm fatigue. Yeah. So next will be to review, rationalize, and prioritize your alarms. Okay, what I'm trying to say here is that to actually having say having these alarm management tools can actually even help you to, you have all these alarms in your system. You will definitely need to review them, to actually go through them, to actually understand, like what I've mentioned earlier, instead of an operator just going, oh yeah, this is common. What if that operator is on leave or something like that? Things like these are not documented, I would say. Most of the time, it's usually not documented. The person is familiar with the alarms, they know the system. So things like this needs to be recorded, needs to be documented. Yes, documented into the system that you actually have. So having such tools will help you to review these alarms, alarms that's happening so frequently, rationalize it, understand what these alarms mean. Like, okay, I understand that these alarms happens often. This is a nuisance alarm. So what I can do, I can actually put it aside, reducing the priority to make it say that this is not as important. So if this happens again, please make it into a lower priority so that I focus on more important alarms that is actually coming in. Yeah, so this will actually help your operators to actually be more focused on managing the process instead of just simply servicing the alarms that is constantly coming in. Yeah. Okay, next will be monitor and report alarms regularly. So, yeah, you have all your alarms all documented into this tool that you actually have. So what's next is you won't want to just sit on the screen and just keep on looking at the alarm management tool to actually understand how is your alarms working from the start of the production to the end. So things like this, the tool will actually help you to monitor and also help you to generate reports regularly. Say, be it you want it daily, you want it monthly, you want it weekly, things like this. The alarm management tool should be able to achieve such requirements to actually give you regular audits and to give you compliance check. Are you, yes, you have these tools and everything. You have all your alarms, you're reviewing it. Are you complying to the industrial alarm standards? Things like this, the reports will actually give you overview to actually understand weekly, how are you doing, monthly, how are you doing as well. Yeah. All right. So last will be designed for human factors. For here would be your alarm management tool would need to be easy to use, comprehensive for operators, for them to actually understand, easily to actually a good UI UX basically to actually understand and actually maneuver between the alarm systems easily, to actually be able to teach another operator on how to actually manage these tool, to actually operate this tool. So yeah, things like this are important for you to actually manage your alarms, to actually help you to increase effectiveness within your plant. Next, I'll move on to the next slide. I would like to introduce you ProcessVue. That was what mentioned by the team here earlier. So ProcessVue here is an alarm management tool that IAM and ICN software here we both use to actually help our customers to actually manage their alarms. So in ProcessVue, there is three different products that we actually have, which is ProcessVue Sequence, ProcessVue Analyzer, and ProcessVue Guardian. I'll go through each one of it. So in ProcessVue Sequence here, this one here, it's as what the name says, it's a sequence of alarms that you usually have in your alarm systems. So as I've mentioned, you have disparate alarm systems, fire alarm system, you have the water alarm system, you have the process alarm system. So all this is brought together in a holistic view in this ProcessVue sequence. So you can see here, it's a multiple disparate systems providing a holistic view of all the alarms and the event data. So that's the main role of a ProcessVue sequence. SOE here means sequence of event. Next, we have ProcessVue Analyzer. ProcessVue Analyzer here allows user to continuously benchmark their alarm system and demonstrate compliancy to global standards, as what was mentioned earlier, these different industrial standards. What Analyzer does, I would say it's an enhancement compared to a sequence. Rather than just seeing all your alarms in a holistic view, what you want to know now is to analyze, to actually understand the performance of your plant. Are they compliant? Are you compliant? And such, what Analyzer will do is to actually help you with that, giving you dashboards, reports, giving you analyzing on top alarms that's happening. So Analyzer here will actually help you to give you reports. You can even generate it automatically as well. Next will be on ProcessVue Guardian. ProcessVue Guardian here would be to actually help you to rationalize, okay, to actually help you rationalize the alarms that you have. Integrates a master alarm database, having all your alarms together. Then, as what I mentioned earlier, for Analyzer, you have already to actually help you to analyze the alarms and events that you actually have. Then now this Guardian here actually helps you. It's a platform to manage this change functionality. You understand that the alarm that's coming in is a nuisance alarm. Then the operator would work on this alarm and say, okay, this is a nuisance alarms, and then I've deprioritized it. And then from there, Guardian here will actually help you to then manage any alarms that is coming similar to such alarms or events. It will help you to rationalize these alarms. Again, it's of course to rationalize such alarms. First, you must have your alarm philosophy, and such process would be to actually understand your plant, how your plant is, how you actually manage such alarms. Such information that will require some study together with your team, your operators, to actually understand all this prior to creating, to actually deploy ProcessVue Guardian. Yeah. Okay. So this is just a short case study for you to actually understand one of the case studies that we actually work together to actually deliver to our clients as well. So as you can see at the most bottom part here, these are just the disparate systems. We have the safeguarding and safety system, a fire alarm system, the refinery, and the chemical. So for this case study here, it's actually for one of our client, which is handling liquid storage for chemicals, gases, and fuels. So this is just what's important is that because they need to understand, because they need to be compliant to the industrial standards in order to increase the plant safetiness and the effectiveness of their alarm systems. So this is what we have from the disparate system. Next, we're going up to the next layer here. Is highlighted red. So this is actually connected via serial communication. There's serial communication 1, 2, 3, 4 here. They're both using RS-232 communication here. Then the connector here is the colored pink. The connector here is actually from ProcessVue's connector. It's just a connector used to actually connect your input types, here being serial communication 1, and this connector 1 here is for ProcessVue. Next, we have alarm collector, COLLECTOR, collector. The collector here is to actually encapsulate all these different connectors together into one. So you can see here. Yeah. Then next will be the archiver. As you can see at the right side here, alarm passing. It says that for this archiver here, yes, you have all your different disparate alarms together into one holistic view already in this collector. What's next is to actually standardize how you actually see these alarms. Okay, what I mean is that, yes, maybe this safety guarding alarm systems, you got it from vendor 1, then fire alarm system, vendor 2, refinery, vendor 3, yeah, all these different alarms. So different vendors and different alarm providers, they would have different ways to actually display and show their alarms, yeah. So what you want is to actually have it in a holistic view, but you won't want it to be in different ways of showing the alarms as well. So how this archiver does is that after collecting all the different disparate alarms, you then have this alarm parsing to actually standardize on how you actually want to see your alarms. Say, for example, I want to have this priority in safeguarding and safety system here. The priority they use, for the highest priority, they use 1. But for fire alarm system, they use the high as 0. And then refinery say the highest priority, they just write high, for example. So after connecting all this, the archiver then would then translate, I would say. I would like to use the word translate. Translate and parse, okay? Parsing, that's why it says parsing. Parsing these different ways of presenting the data. And then now I say, okay, I would like my highest priority to be known as 0, okay? So I'll then get the data from here, parse it, and convert it into 0. So now my highest priority is now all standard to be 0. Okay, hope you follow me so far. Okay, so then next will be SOE, the sequence of event, as the first alarm alarm tools that I was mentioning, the sequence of alarm. So overall, in the end of the day, will then be all encapsulated into the sequence of events web client, where the operators will be able to see all these different disparate alarms together into one holistic view. Yeah, so this is the case study that we actually have. Okay, so I'll move on to the live demo. But before that, I would like to explain to you on what are the things that I'll be covering in this live demo. So I will be covering more on the ProcessVue analyzer, and within the ProcessVue analyzer, there is also a sequence of event encapsulated inside. As if you recall what I've mentioned earlier, first you have all your alarms together into a disparate alarms into a holistic view, seeing it in a sequence of events. Then next you analyze it. That's where the analyzer comes in, right? So the analyzer would also have the sequence of events module inside as well. So okay, so I'll be covering on to view the alarms occurred between different subsystems with the sequence of events, common platform for operators to manage your alarms, work list, your nuisance alarms, your steal and inhibit alarms, all these different types of alarms. Overall information of alarms benchmarking against industrial standards. So this will be a dashboard for you to understand where are you on your alarms and are you compliant within the standards. Understanding the alarm frequency by tag. I want to know my alarms, which one is happening the most frequent. That's where the analysis comes in. Finally, I'll just show you on types of reports that we can actually generate, be it monthly, weekly, or daily report generations. So these will be under reports. Okay, 1 second. Let me just reshare my screen. Okay, so I'll move on to the okay. So this right here is actually the demo for ProcessVue. Right now, you are currently in ProcessVue Analyzer. ProcessVue Analyzer. So over here, let me just jump into the sequence of event, the SOE. Clicking on the overview. Oh, my bad. I'll need to log in again. Okay. So over here, you can see 1 second. Let me move this tab away. Okay. Over here, you can see the sequence of events selected by area. You can see area 1 here, then area 2. All this can be determined in your settings as well. So experience 1, 2, 3, 4 here means different alarm systems that they actually have. So you can see, I can even mention on what are the different message types that we can actually have. I can increase the columns, the different alarms fields that I can actually have as well. So this is the sequence of events, all the different alarm systems together into one holistic view. Next, I'll go towards the current alarms. This real-time view here just says the current alarms that's happening. Then you can see I actually filter out into different alarm fields, which is PV priority. I want to understand the priority. I want to know the status, and I want to know the alarm action. Over on the left, you can see different subsystems here where I can select and update the selection. I can see all into a holistic view here. Last, from this sequence of events, historical alarms, where I can actually see the historical alarms of this particular alarm system. This is the historical view. I can put different date filters, be it preset here of last 1 hour, since midnight, last week, yesterday, last 6 days. Yeah. Even I want to select a particular date, I can do it here as well. I can even specify a range of start date to the end date as here as well. Yeah. So all this tick here showing the data integrity, the alarm integrity to actually whether this alarm received here is valid or not. So this is the sequence of events. Next, I would like to show you on the dashboards. What are the dashboards that is available here? Okay, so we have last 24-hour connector activity. It's just to understand the state of your connectors. As what I mentioned earlier, your connectors that is actually having different connectors. Yeah, sorry, your connectors that is actually connecting to your input type. And then this is just to show the activity of it. Then we can have the last 24-hour trend. I want to understand within the last 24 hours, how is my alarm working? And then you can see here, okay, over on the, I've highlighted here, ISA 18.2. So the standard being used here to benchmark against would be ISA 18.2. This is the standard that has been selected. Then you can actually understand the different alarm priorities that is actually occurring within your plant in the last 24 hours. This is just for experience 1, which is the one of the alarm systems that you have. Then you can see last 24 hours in 10 minutes total, so on and so forth. Then different types of trends, last 7-day trend, last 30-day trend, last 6-month trend. So all these are just different dashboards that you can actually display for operators or for plant managers to actually understand how your plant is within the last few time frame that is mentioned. Okay, there's also current alarms to actually just to see your current alarms again. Last will be custom. Okay, so for this custom here, it will be for you to say you this 24 hours, 7 days, and 30 days is not what you would require. You want to create your own dashboards. So this is where you can actually create your own. Say over here, there's also some dashboards that's readily available, or you can change and drag your alarm systems based on what you require. Creating a pie, creating a binding the alarms to this particular pie as well. Okay, so this is to actually create your own dashboards if you require as well. Next, I'll go towards analysis to actually understand your alarm frequency. How, say over here, it's mainly to actually understand how often your alarms occur by tag. So over here right now, I'm at experience 3, one of the alarm systems, and I want to understand my top 10 alarm frequency by tag. So I can understand that, oh, okay. So in this experience 3, PC0076 is happening the most often, having a total of 677 compared to the rest. So something is it could be a nuisance alarm, something that I need to investigate on. I can click onto it. It will actually break it down towards by day, per day, different days. So I want to understand on this particular day, 3rd of Jan. Okay, I can even see by per hour, understand further. I want to know this is the highest. So how often does it actually occur by the minute? So things like this, we can actually these are lowest to actually understand on the frequency to actually understand when is it happening most often, to actually deduce on why is it happening most often as well. So this can actually help you in your need. Next, I will show you on a collaborative platform, this work list, where you can see that it encompasses nuisance, steal alarms, and inhibit and override alarms. So I'll click into one of it. They all function the same, similarly. So I'll click on this nuisance work list. So ProcessVue here will actually help you to identify these nuisance alarms. And then when you have all these nuisance alarms here, this is just a common collaborative platform for you to actually assign operators to actually investigate further on these nuisance alarms, to actually verify, to actually even remove them as so that you don't see it here so often in your alarm systems. So here you can see, like, I click here onto this, I can edit. Oops, sorry. Yeah, edit work list. So I can say, oh, this is already assigned. I can assign to this particular person. What are the cause that's happening? What's the action to actually for them to look up on? Yeah, put in some additional comments and put in some other comments here. Please check this by today. Stuff like this. So this is where actually you'll be able to assign it to the operator, where they will then investigate further and reduce these nuisance alarms. So again, there's steal alarms and inhibit and override, where it works similar as well. Okay, so that's the collaborative platform that I was mentioning. Next, I would like to show you on the reports. What are the reports that you can actually schedule, or you want to generate it instantly to actually understand how your plant is currently. So, like, for example, you can see I am at area 1. I want to understand the whole area 1. I want to get out a report of area 1. And I want to know within the dates of 1st of April to 30th of April. And I want to understand the KPI summary. So update selection here will then generate out a report for me. Give it a moment. Okay, so over here you can see this is my KPI summary report of area 1 of 1st April to 30th of April. So you can actually see, oh, okay, my average alarm is 129.77 and my target is 288 and I am on target. Yeah, so this can actually help you to understand, oh, within benchmarking towards ISA 18.2, am I in scope or out of scope? Yeah, am I on target or outside of target? Yeah, so am I actually compliant or not? So this can actually help me to understand, oh, how many priority 1 alarms I'm getting. Yeah, whether is it the priority distribution. And then towards the next page, I can see in the trend view of hourly alarm rate to actually understand the frequency of it as well. So what are the different reports that we have? You can see on my bottom left corner here, we have the alarms by tag, alarm by tags while shelved. Yeah, all these are pre-created alarm reports that is already readily available for you to use. Active alarms. Yeah, all these mainly to actually understand your alarm performance, your alarm rates. Yeah, all this will be important for you to understand. All right. So I would like to just click on, wait, hold on. Sorry, 1 second. I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm just clicking on the alarm performance for you to see as well. So this will be plant upset over time. This is just to understand your alarm performance. Yeah, alarm floods per day. Yeah, these things like this to actually help you understand. Hourly alarm rate than what you saw earlier. Average alarm rate. Yeah, all this per week, per day, yeah, so on and so forth. This to actually help you this per month. And just a summary breakdown. Yeah, this is where I wanted to show. Just a summary breakdown of your alarm performance. to actually understand how are your alarms against these industrial standards. So some you may ask, how do I've set into ISA 18.2, can I change? Yeah, for sure. So this is where you can actually change in your user account in general, where you can actually change the different standards you would like to use. You would like to not show this logo. Yeah, sure, totally is fine. You can put your own logo. That's also okay. Say you want to show your dashboards into not not trend charts. I want it to be bar charts. Yeah, that's also possible as well. You can do it in the settings here. Yeah. So this over here, this live demo here is just to show you on ProcessVue, and I've covered all the live demos that is required here as well. I hope you have a good session. I would be happy if you have some questions for you from you. Feel free to ask them. I will put on the I will give the floor back to Noor to continue on this.
Okay, thank you so much for the live demo. And I hope the audience find it interesting and we hope to offer some comprehensive contents for you guys. So let me share. Right, so now at this time, we're going to take question from the audience. So once again, to submit your question to the Q&A box. So, and if we are not able to answer everyone's question here, we will follow up with responses afterward lah. Okay. So we do have several questions over here. So I will just read out. So for the question number 1, what does it mean to rationalize your alarm system? So I will pass this question to Coach to answer it.
Hello. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Sure. What does it mean to rationalize your alarm system? Okay. So for this one, sorry. Excuse me. Okay, what does it mean to rationalize your alarm system? Okay, so first things first is to understand the word rationalize, right? So rationalize basically, if you were to Google it, it most probably means like to justify, to explain something with a logical, plausible reason. Okay, so what does it mean to actually rationalize your alarms is to actually, regardless, sorry, let me try to rephrase it in a better way. Okay, so to rationalize your alarm is to actually, as what I mentioned, to justify and to actually explain your with logical, plausible reasons. So as what I mentioned earlier, you would then review, rationalize, and prioritize your alarm systems. So when you review your alarms, be it you're a new or mature mature plant, okay, the process is always the same. First, you actually review these alarms, right? You review the alarms, then you rationalize. Okay, what is rationalize? By actually carefully looking at these alarms, making sense of it, removing these unnecessary alarms. Okay, that's basically to actually rationalize it. Is it this alarm here? Is it useful? As what I mentioned at the start. How many alarms do you have, and how many of them are useful? Rationalize it based on your alarm philosophy. Okay, alarm philosophy that you have already put it set stone at the start of your plant management to actually know, okay, coming towards these types of alarms, how to actually manage these alarms. So with your alarm philosophies here, rationalize, make sense of it. Is it necessary? Is it an unnecessary alarm? Is it just a nuisance alarm? Can we deprioritize it? So things like this, actually what it means about to rationalize your alarm systems. Yeah. So all this will actually help to basically improve your overall effectiveness of your alarm management system. Yeah, and allow your operators to actually be more focused on the important alarms that is actually coming in, rather than focusing on just servicing your alarms. Yeah, it can be unnecessary alarms. Yeah, so that's what it means to rationalize your alarm system. Okay, yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Pak Jin. So we have another question over here. As mentioned earlier, ProcessVue can collect alarm info and data from different systems. So is it for all systems out in market, or it needs another integration tool? So Siva, you can answer this question.
Yes, for sure. Okay, for ProcessVue, there are actually few available input types, like for example, Ethernet server RS-232, UDP. We also can do file monitoring. That means you physically throw a file to a directory, and then ProcessVue picks it up, and then we can link to direct OPC AE, alarm and event, and we can do table monitoring. And if the end user is using the Aviva system platform or Aviva InTouch HMI, we have a direct plugin that we can actually straight away link to the alarm database to actually collect the alarm information. So moving forward in ProcessVue 4.0, they will be adding one more, which is the alarm, OPC UA, which you can actually link it through OPC UA as well. So that's from me. Over to you, Jeff.
Okay, thank you, Siva. And then we have another question over here. So can ProcessVue generate customized reports and analytics for our specific needs?
That's
Koji?
that's a good question. Yes, I wouldn't say, okay, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. ProcessVue can actually help you to, if you would like customized reports and analytics, yes, you can actually create that as well. It's not as straightforward as to actually do these dashboards, but there is you are still able to actually create such reports and analytics for your specific needs as well. Unlike the dashboards where it's built in the ProcessVue, for the reports part, you will require different configurations, I would say, to actually have these customized reports done. And yes, so it's possible. Thanks for the question, Desmond.
Okay, thank you, Coach Jin, and I hope it answer all you guys' question over here. All right, so I think it's already almost 11 and I don't want to hold you guys any longer. So, but if you guys have any inquiries or any question about the alarm management, you can actually contact us or email us as mentioned in the slide over here, or you can actually keep in touch with your IM sales. And before we end, please provide your feedback on today's session. You can actually scan the QR code in the slide over here. So your input is invaluable and will help us improve our future events. Once again, I would like to remind everyone that a recording for this webinar will be shared with you via email. And I think that's all for today. Thank you once again for your time and participation. Stay safe, stay informed, and we look forward to see you guys at our future webinars. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.